And I'll just tell you, another common question I'll just tell you up front that the doctors say is, what do you charge for a narrative report? Well, I always say you don't try to get rich on one patient. You don't try to get rich on one client. So I just charge the usual fee, whatever the usual customary and reasonable is for your area. That's why I can never, like people will ask me, what should I charge? It totally depends on you're in the East Coast, the West Coast, are you in the city, are you in a rural area? It totally varies depending on where you're at. So I can never give you a number. And what you do is you find the usual and customary for your area, and then typically it's a cost per page. That's typically what it is. And then what I like to do with the attorneys that I work with is I give them a 20% professional discount. And I don't beat them over the head, so they don't get these massive, you know, $1,000 bills for narrative reports, because that happens a lot. You guys get these medical reports from doctors, don't you? And they're like $1,000, $2,000 and all. I mean, and then it's junk. It's not even put together real well.
It's true.
So another reason that an attorney may ask you only for medical records is because they've been snake bitten by that kind of crap, and they don't want to hand out another big check for more crap. The cost for the narrative report is just take the average. I don't even take a high fee. Like chiropractors are real good at, well, my friend's charging this much, I'm going to charge, you know, how much can they get away with? That's crap mentality. That is a low mentality. That's a one-off mentality. No, find out what the average is and then give a 20% discount off of that, okay? Now, one thing you can't do, you cannot just do it for free unless it's an office policy. And here's why. You do not want to be in a deposition or in court, because they're going to ask you about the costs involved. And then they find out, well, what's your charge for a narrative? Whatever, you say what it is. What did you charge this attorney? Well, he didn't get charged anything. And he's the one who referred you the patient. You see, you don't want to be caught like that. So now if you did, then you would make it an office policy. You go, well, I don't charge any, then you make it an office policy, not for that attorney. You go, I don't charge narrative reports for attorneys. So now it's an office policy. Now there's nothing wrong with that because it's not a one-off for that guy that you're in court with right now, okay? So that's how you handle that. But what I recommend is just have very average fees and do a 20% discount. And it should only be 1 to 3 pages, no more than 4 pages. So, you know, I got to tell you, my narrative reports were typically $350, you know, for the whole thing. It was like 1 to 3 pages, $100, $150. So it was like $250 to $400. That was my narrative report. I mean, does that sound more than fair?
Yeah, that sounds, the chiropractic narrative reports, when charged, are usually a lot more reasonable like that.
Yeah.
Than some of the other providers. But.
Yeah, and I know some of the medical providers, you know, some of the stories the attorneys tell me, you know, and then the crap they get, you know, it's really bad stuff for the cost. So it's just a way of doing business. Again, you know, I'm for the long haul. We're for helping each other, making it work for the patient, making it work for the attorney. It's making it work for everybody and doing the right thing. That's kind of where I come from.